It's that time of the show, State of the Matters on First Next News. First, the headline. INEC recognizes Wike-backed PDP faction. Peter Obi reacts to Kwara mass murder, says killing under Tinubu is worse than countries at war. Joining me to have this conversation is no other than Kings Ojalo. I remain your host, Kasitoni. Moving straight to the discussion, when INEC recognizes one faction over another, are they acting as a neutral umpire or stepping directly into politics?
Well, if you look at the recent inauguration, that the new recognition by INEC of the Wike faction, which they also placed Honorable Abdurraham
Mohammed, yes,
as the national chairman and Senator Samuel Anyanwu as the secretary leader. We could recall that there was an ongoing convention that occurred in Ibadan last year, November, which Turaki-led faction, he was nominated as the PDP chairman, while also some other secretarial movements and all that were made, backed fully by the Oyo State Governor and also the Oyo High Court. The Oyo State Governor, which is Sheyi Makinde, you understand, and thereabout, though they be having the complications and one or two implications with the judiciaries and court, in the Federal Court of Appeal, that is the one sitting, Abuja sitting.
Yes, yeah.
But we all know that this Federal High Courts, they are all over the country, they are all over the state, including Oyo State. Even here in River State, there is nowhere in the country that doesn't have their own judiciary appeal, name them all. Now, INEC recognizing Wike as that is recognizing Wike faction to be the recognized PDP group. Just like I usually say, our judiciary system still need to be checked, still need to be investigated on, because I don't see why an individual who is participating in an anti-party system should be recognized, unlike that of the prominent members who have chosen not to follow that pattern of trying to use their own party system to collaborate with another party to bring up an individual as a city president, when their own party have various candidates that could contest a presidential election and probably may emerge as winning. I think this is an hijacked way of trying to propagate the coming 2027 election. This is a means of hijacking. Let me put it that way. Using a particular individual who have choose to be loyal even to the opposition leader, using his own party platform. I can't deny the fact that Wike is not a member of the party, PDP. I can't deny the fact. Despite it was suspended in the convention in November 2025. You understand? Despite his public suspension in Oyo State and also the Anyanwu as the secretary. Now, the administration status of PDP right now, we listed Umar Dagamo and Anyanwu as the official heads. You understand? Which we just recently had. Unlike the Turaki fraction, where other heads were what mentioned. The thing is that I think PDP currently needs a conference sitting. They need, and see, this is not the time for crisis. This is the time for settlements. You understand? Because a lot of critics, a lot of individuals, a lot of people, even most former heads in the PDP, they lose confidence and hope. I'm not talking about those who defected, governors who are, because we all know almost all governors, sitting governors who emerge as governors in the PDP,
they've all defected to APC.
I think we just have 3 left. You understand? So I think there should be a meeting, a meeting that will bring all PDP leaders and also high stakeholders in that platform. Again, let them sit and really, talk
deliberate
on this because it's a very serious matter, honestly speaking. I hate it when people are talking about PDP, and yet the crisis is going deeper and worsening every day.
Okay. Now, so what criteria did INEC use in recognizing Wike-backed faction?
I think using the INEC, the judiciary law. I don't know how they formulated it. I don't know how they came about it, but I know it was a judiciary system, backed by the INEC, because INEC, ordered by Amapiton, the new INEC chairman. And we all know that the Amapiton was elected by the president himself. So when you want to look at it, you will see that there is a clear collaboration with the president, with the INEC chairman, and also with this Wike faction. So you see the collaboration, the three heads now trying to formulate this system that has really brought PDP to the sittings of the Wike, you understand, failing to recognize those who, who have choose to hold PDP down for its followers, you understand. So we can now see that indeed the Wike faction are clearly, capturing the PDP with effort of INEC and also the president to be able to demonstrate what he has promised the president as earlier said last year. So definitely, I think this is a strong collaboration from the three heads. We are talking about the INEC, the president, even the judiciary and the Wike faction itself.
So does this decision effectively decide the internal crisis of the PDP?
It has shown it totally. It's a clear. We all see. I think Nigeria has already seen the issues clearly in the PDP without even trying to raise further investigation. We've seen it clearly. So it is not left for those who are in the Turaki-led faction to know how to really, that is if they are strong enough to know how to really bring back PDP to the right hands. Because currently, if the INEC recognize Wike faction, I think the PDP is in the wrong hands, let me be honest.
Okay, so the last question, does this faction, this particular move strengthen INEC's credibility, or does it deepen suspension of political influence?
Of course, INEC has also shown, you see, by this course, INEC too, the INEC organization has also shown that, look, they are not worthy to be an institution that Nigeria can really recognize as a platform to really inaugurate the right political bodies and the right individuals for the country. You understand? The INEC too has been hijacked. Almost every institution in Nigeria has been hijacked for personal uses.
Exactly.
You understand? People can no longer rely on this institution. You can't go to the Court of Appeal now. Currently, if you are not fully financially buoyant, you are having a case to settle in the Judiciary Court or Court of Appeal. Currently, you will discover that Mr. A, who is a rich man, who is fully financially buoyant, trying to manipulate that of B that is not really, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You discover that it's win. Everyone has failed to stand for the truth because of what? Because of what they will get for their pocket. The truth is no longer found in our institution anymore. Everything is turned upside down. We can't find one particular institution in Nigeria that the people can rely on. Is it the judiciary? Is it? In fact, everything. The INEC that we should have absolutely rely on as citizens has also gone the other way around. So what are we talking about, my dear?
Okay, so there's a really sad story in Kwara State. There's massive killing of 150 citizens of the Kwara State. That's this thing happened in Woru community, and now Peter Obi, the one-time 2023 presidential candidate, has come out to say that the killing of this Tinubu's regime is more than wars in other countries. Now the question is, when a former presidential candidate says Nigeria is more deadly than other countries at war, is it political rhetoric or a fair reflection of reality on ground?
When you say Nigerians are more deadly, with the situation happening, that is, Nigeria is facing more deadly situation
than countries that have war.
If you look at the countries that are facing current war crisis currently, talking about Russia, Ukraine,
Iraq.
talking about Iraq, Israel, and Pakistan, and thereabouts. Now look at it. Let me use Ukraine and Russia for example. The war has begun, I think, since 2020, 2023, 2024, where Russia launched strike. Even currently, Ukraine are already doing their own.
Yes.
So I think this is a external countries who are probably, because one is trying to take full control over the other.
Yeah.
You understand? So I think this is what has resolved to the conflict of these two countries, and you can see the damages it has caused, life it has taken, and thereabouts. You can see we've had news of people losing their lives, buildings being destroyed, companies, is it transportation system, most especially in Ukraine. You see Russia, with their full military might, been able to dismantle the infrastructures of Ukraine and thereabout. Even currently, Ukraine too is retaliating using drones to attack the opposite country, talking about Russia, scattering their little industries, their ship run and all. Now, here in Nigeria, I think we are not having, there's no external country we are having a dispute with, or probably which neighboring country is very close to us. Okay, Togo. I don't think Togo now, military forces are coming to Nigeria to say, okay, we want to proclaim some part of Nigeria that, okay, that is the reason for these massacres everywhere. Maybe we are having dispute with Cameroon to say, okay, this land belongs to us. It has never occurred in such news has never really. Then how then is Nigeria suffering this kind of, menace, this kind of crisis, where we are not raising wars against neighboring countries? That is what Peter Obi is saying here. Because if you look at the crisis happening, just look at the number of people that
150
in one night.
In one night.
So what are we talking about? This is more or less war. As a matter of fact, this is war. And who are we having this war with internal forces, the so-called bandit and SWAP, that the federal government has failed to really dealt with, even with the military might we have. These so-called bandits and insurgencies causing this menace. They don't even have the fact. Yes, there might be a multitude, but I tell you, they don't even have the equipment the Nigerian military have. Then how come? When I keep saying it, it looks as if maybe I'm trying to spoil the image and reputation of our federal government. When I keep saying it, that there are internal individuals in the political system who are behind this menace, I know what I'm saying. Because if they are not, okay, even the governor of Kwara State coming out to make a appeal, if you see the way he was even talking, coming out to reconcile, instead of, and it is even now the federal government had to deploy a battalion.
Yes. Just
imagine. So with the previous disasters that has been happening, with the previous, so you mean you could not send battalion? Okay, Kogi State, the governor of Kogi State had to stop students from going to school, probably because he sensed this kind of a thing.
Yes.
I was thinking the state will go to the federal level and say, please, this battalion, bring them to our state so that children can go to school, market traders can sell and thereabout. Is it until a disaster like this happens that our federal government will know what to do? Before now, why has it not? Okay, why can't he start sending these battalions to most regions of the country?
Sorry to interject. When crises like this happen, when things like this happen in the country, what does it tell us about our government claims that security is improving?
It shows that the government is just giving courage. That is all.
They're
just giving courage.
Camouflage.
Letting Nigerians have faith in them, which means the faith is gone.
Yes.
So let's be honest with ourselves. I think our government, you should really do more. You understand? Our government really need to sit up. You understand? Authorities need to act swiftly to restore peace, to ensure perpetrators to be brought to justice. That is the most important thing. If these people are brought to justice, I tell you. Okay, recently I think in one of the states, in one of the northern region, there was a community celebrating the release of one of the bandits.
Yes.
I believe you had the
yes.
It's so annoying and it's so discouraging. It's a taboo, and it's a write-off. It's so bad.
I think this thing actually happened in either Kaduna.
I think so. I can't recall the name. Just imagine. So what are we talking about? How can you release a bandit? Okay, we'll look at the case of Nnamdi Kanu, who was accused of being a terrorist, sentenced to life imprisonment for terrorism case. As soon as the Kanu one day taking guns or killed anybody on the street, these people who are the real murderers, they are being left scot-free.
Now,
what are we talking about?
Okay, now is this level of violence a failure of strategy, intelligence, or political will?
It's a total failure on the Nigeria
government,
military forces, a total failure of the Nigeria government failing to address this thing on time. You understand? So it's a total failure. The promises they made during their election, they are not really making sure that these things come to reality. So what do you expect? Now,
people are criticizing Peter Obi for political strategy. At what point of silence? Why are they criticizing him for saying the truth?
Those are loyalists to
Tinubu.
I don't know, but those are loyalists to the present administration. Let me put it that way. It's simple. It's very simple. People who are loyal to the present administration, what do you expect? Do you expect to side Obi? No. they will definitely come against someone who is antagonizing the administration of President Tinubu. So that is it.
This is my last question for you. How do you think, or what do you think is the major step for insecurity to be tackled in this country?
It's very simple. Bring these people, when they are being called, bring them to justice.
Okay.
Stop
covering them,
including militaries into the armed forces. We've seen videos how, you know, recruiting ex-Boko Haram convicts back into the military force,
yeah.
Very bad.
Very bad. Because I'm sure this ex-convicts, they are the one giving other people information.
It is easy for the Nigerian forces to brainwash them and win them.
They are the ones giving the outsiders information.
Taking when they were in this
exactly.
So it's enough of that. Enough of trying to not giving total
justice
to those people who have been behind all this menace. When they face absolute punishment, you know, face absolute judgment, you will see these things. The rest will flee. That is just it.
Look,
if you keep promoting them or releasing them when they are being caught, what do you expect? You are encouraging them to do more.
Because this is really sad.
Exactly.
This is really sad. 150 people killed in one night.
That is.
And their family members will be so hurt. Okay, put yourself in this shoe. Imagine this kind of thing happened to this our leader, one of these our leaders. I'm sure they will actually feel the pains that people are actually exactly. Because if it happens to them, let's say they are victim of all these things that is happening, they will want to take action.
Exactly.
So thank you so much, King Sojalo. It's really a pleasure always having you in each of our shows. We've come to the end of the show, State of the Matters. Many thanks for staying tuned. I remain your host, Casatoni. Do have a pleasant day.